Good morning. I'm back. Although it's morning now, it'll be evening when you see this because I'm going to upload it later. Announcement number one. I said, let me call the liquidation store again and listen to the voice, because it comes on with like the announcer from the liquidation man telling you, about what's happening, for the week at the store and all that stuff. And so basically it was the same announcement that I heard when I called the last time, which was, I think, Monday. And so anyway, so it said, please stay on the line if you want to speak with an associate. So I stayed on the line. So I said, okay, this will probably be someone different than who I talked to the last time. Well, it was the same person. So you know what I did, y'all. That's why I'm laughing. Disguised my voice. I made myself sound like an 85-year-old lady. I was like, good morning. I didn't laugh then, but I'm laughing now. I was like, good morning. I'm just calling to see if you guys are still open. And she let out a sign that let me know, okay, here we go with the cuckoo puff. She was like, yes, we're still open. And she said it just in that sarcastic manner, because why am I calling talking about are you still open? And she just answered the phone. And I thought, okay, let me run with this, okay? So my little old impression is working good, or older impression, because I'm already old myself. So then I said, thank you so much. I said, how long will you guys be open? And she said, until the 25th. She said, 10 days from now. So we got off the phone. I hurried up. It was like, okay, thank you. And hung up. She probably knew it was me. I bet that's that lady who called on Monday. But anyway, I looked at the calendar, counted 10 days from today. Okay, so I guess I'm safe. So we'll see. But I'm still posting up early, period. I'm going to do that. Everything will probably be gone. My goal is to get that tool. That's what I need. And that's what I want to get. Because if I can get enough, and when I tell you, I'm going to go overboard, everybody going to look at me like I'm just plain nuts. Tool isn't that expensive, but online, a yard might cost you it can cost anywhere from $2 to $5 per yard. And a yard isn't that much. I mean, it's some, but usually each year for the past, I say 4 or 5 years since I've been using Tool, I would always just zip into Joann's and I would get 2 yards of it, which would be enough to take care of my garden for the year. So it's quite a bit, but it's not that much. I want a lifetime supply. I don't want to ever have to buy it again. So I have that one bolt, then I have that other half bolt. Then I bought a few yards back early on during, when they first started clearing, when it wasn't really that cheap. So now with it being 60% off, and I understand you could take another 50 or 40% off if you buy like the whole bolt. I saw that in a couple of videos actually. So if I can go in and get some bolts, and you know what? I said that construction, that White Lake location, now they had the bolts that were actually wrapped up to where you can buy the whole bolt itself. I might have to slide out there. I'll call and see if they're still open, but I might have to take a quick trip out there and just go early in the morning to where I won't have to fight the traffic with it being one lane. And hopefully maybe they're through with the road construction. I doubt it, but that road construction is bad to the point where I haven't even been back to the White Lake location. But I might have to do it, this one last time, probably on the same day that I go for my final visit at the one by me. That's 5 minutes away. Anyway, so stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm back on because I wanted to show you a change. First of all, I decided to go with the G-hook And I don't think any size hook is going to really work for this. I just don't like thinner shawls. I mean, this is thinner, and then, you know, my Nora one is thinner. I can deal with it because I can snoot it and stuff, but this, not for a trashy shawl that's going to be long, it's just not working. But there's always something to save today. First of all, I forgot that I had this, and this is double strand. This is something I ordered offline, and it's a stringier, this is a stringier yarn. It's that string stuff, like what you would make a tablecloth out of. What do you call that? You know what I'm talking about, that the thread yarn. That's what this is. And I bought this years ago. I think I bought this like in 2011. It was years ago, at least 10 years ago. And it's real thin. And I made a bag out of this. And this is what was left over because this was a cone. This, I don't think this, it's not enough to make a trashy shawl. Plus, it's too thin anyway. But I brought it out to make another bag. I forgot I had a patriotic yarn bag, y'all. I'm always forgetting something. Anyway, in the patriotic yarn bag, because I said, I know I have some more patriotic yarn, and I thought it was cotton. So I was like, let me dig through the closet. And I didn't have to dig far because thank God for the Swedish death cleaning. I had everything pretty much separated, like that sparkly yarn that I showed y'all the other week, the other sparkly when I found this. And I said, and next is going to be the blue. I'm going to make the blue sparkly. Remember I showed y'all that yarn? And it's enough to make a very large shawl. So I'm going to use that to do that. But anyway, back to the patriotic. Okay, so I knew I had a patriotic bag. So, and then with the closet being clean, it was just a matter of me digging through the bags and the tubs to find it. And so fortunately, it was right in the corner of my closet, and it was like it was actually in a tub, and the tub didn't have a top on it, so I was able to spot it. I just had to pull a couple of bags off the top of it, a couple of other bags of yarn, of cotton yarn that I have. But I thought that my patriotic yarn was cotton in that bag, and I said I can go on and just double strand it and be done with it. And so it wasn't. This is what it is. Of all yarns. And you know what? I hate Red Heart Super Saver. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But because they came out with this color, and I've had this since probably, I think I bought this like in 2017 or 18. They had it at Joann's and it was on sale. And so I bought quite a few, and at that time I said I would use it to make, in fact I did make it. I had made a patriotic, and someone, Dawn, I believe that was you, either you or Miss Jenkins, described making a top in the mesh form. I actually made one, and when I find it, because I still have that top, I made that out of a couple of the skeins of yarn, and it was actually just a mesh top. And then, you know, you do the part, you know, you do the part to separate the shoulder from the head, and it's patriotic. I have one just like it, you know, what you had described, the same exact top. And when I find it, I will show it to you. I don't know where it's at right now, but I still have it. It's in one of my drawers. That's where it's at. So I'll find it. I've seen it within the past year. So I'm in the process now of getting my summer things washed up and whatnot, so I'll come across it, and when I find it, I will show it. But anyway, this is the yarn. So I have, and I don't know why I bought, oh, it was on sale, so that's why I bought a lot. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not pulling it all out, 5, 6. I have 6 full skeins here, and then I have this, and this is something, I think after I made that top, I was like, I may as well make an Afghan with it. And I didn't continue on with it, so I frogged it. And this is what's left. Well, guess what? This, I'm going to keep this because something can be made out of this later, you know, patriotic-wise. But although this is cotton and this is acrylic, It's going to work. I'm just going to double strand it and run it all together. And we'll see how it comes out. It's going to look wild, but it will still be the same colors, red, white, and blue. So I have that one row of the DIY glow. I'm going to remove that, and I'll just make a ball out of that. And I'll use that for the end. So what I'm going to do is just make it all, the variegated. I'm going to still go with the rectangular or the oblong. It's going to be thicker. I can finally pull out my favorite hook again, which is the L. I should be able to use the L with this. If not an L, at least a K or a J. Because this is kind of thin too, but putting it with this, oh yeah, it's going to give it the exact texture that I would like to have. It's going to be better than what I'm dealing with this, for sure. It's going to give me more of a firm texture. So I'm going to just run it all together, and I will show you it as I progress along here. So I'm going to start on this in a few minutes. Well, first of all, I have to go get showered and dressed because I have to go get my prescription, and I want to do that early. So I'm going to go do that. Then, since I've been up since 8 o'clock this morning, I'm quite sure I will be taking a nap at some point because I'm actually feeling a little sleepy now. So I'm going to go on and do what I need to do, then go get my medicine. So I'm done. I'll be in all weekend. And then come home, take a nap, and then get started with this because I have to frog this. And then I'll just start working on it and see what happens. So I just wanted to show you all that. I'm always on doing something. And you know what? You're listening to Future Q because, like I said, this will be posted this evening. So everything I just said will have happened by the time that you view this video. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. And I won't even go by Joann's while I'm there because I'll get tempted, and I'll just hold off on the tool. I'm quite sure I'll find it, because if I go in there, I'll see something I want and can't get, and it'll be gone. So my best bet is to not even walk into that store, and I'll just take my chances, take the gamble. So next Wednesday when I get there, I will be well arsenaled with the cash for whatever it is I plan to get, which, my first priority is the tool, second priority, and thank you, Jess Fluffy, for letting me know, the floor mats, and I may or may not find that, but that's okay. Even if I don't, you can find those anywhere. I just wanted to get it at the cheaper price. But anyway, I'm rambling. So until the next time, over and out. Bye-bye.